right once we get them. Okay. Good evening. I call this regular city council meeting for June 10th, 2026 to order at 7 p.m. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? If you could please get a moment of silence. Now we will do roll call.
Councilmember Olivares.
Here.
Councilmember Sotelo.
Here.
Councilmember Alvarado.
Here.
Councilmember Zavala.
Here.
Councilmember De La Fuente.
Here.
And Mayor Gonzalez.
Moving on to item 3. Number 3, could I please get a motion on the meeting agenda?
I'll make a motion on the meeting agenda.
I have a motion by Councilmember Zavala, second by Councilmember De La Fuente. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to item number 4, could I please get a motion to consent? A motion on the consent agenda A through C.
I'll make a motion on the consent agenda A through D.
I have a motion by Councilmember Zavala,
I'll second
second by Councilmember Olivares. Any discussion? All in favor?
it. Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Next is visitors' comments. This is an opportunity for members of the public to address the city council. Please state your name for the record before speaking. Comments are limited to 5 minutes per speaker. We ask that remarks be directed to the council as a whole and be respectful and courteous. Is there anyone that would like to address the council at this time?
Get it.
If you could turn on the mic, if you could push that, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
All right. My name is William Chichenoff. Good evening. I want to extend a massive thank you to our maintenance crew. You are the ones out there day and night, keeping the system patched together while dealing with the massive water losses. And to our leaders and engineers, thank you for working to pull together options. But we need to be realistic about the timeline. The current proposal on the table to wait for a legislator to allocate money for a completely new top to bottom water study means we are stuck playing the waiting game. Even if everything goes perfectly according to plan, we aren't looking at actually breaking ground or turning a wrench until next summer at the earliest. Our pipes are leaking now. We have to think faster. We've been down this road before. If we look back at the last major water study this city commissioned, the science was good, but the project ultimately failed for one simple reason. By the time the paperwork was done, the total project cost had ballooned so high that it completely stalled out. It was an all or nothing approach that left us with nothing. That is why I am incredibly encouraged to hear the talk of phasing this time around. Breaking this massive problem down to bite-sized chunks, focusing heavily on phase 1, the absolute worst leaking zones, is exactly the right way to do this. It keeps the cost realistic and it makes the project look shovel-ready to outside funders. But we shouldn't just put all our eggs into one legislative basket. While we wait on the state budget cycles, there are other buckets of money out there specifically designed for emergency relief and small rural cities like Mapton. Right now, we need to actively engage the Washington State Department of Health because our water lost direct impact system pressure and safe drinking water delivery. DOH has a vested interest in helping us fix this. We need to go after their drinking water state revolving fund emergency programs. Let's combine DOH support with USDA rural development emergency grants that favor towns under 10,000 people experiencing severe infrastructure failure. Let's package the data we already have from the past reports, scale it to current 2026 dollars via a quick engineering memo, and go after all of these funding sources simultaneously rather than waiting for a single check. Madison is severely disadvantaged community facing monumental water loss. DOH can often expedite small technical assistance grants to pay for the city engineer to write a phase one technical memorandum without drawing for the city's general fund. Finally, we have to look at the reality of the geography. We all know that the city itself has no legal jurisdiction or say over agricultural water practices or senior water rights. But the fundamental problem Mapton is facing, a rapidly dropping water table, is the exact same problem facing 90% of Yakima County. Our aquifers are drying up. Because of this, I have taken this fight beyond our city limits and have actively started proposing countywide agricultural drip irrigation initiatives directly to the Yakima County Commissioners. This requires a massive coordinated effort. But look at the opportunity here. If we can start right here in a small, resilient city like Mapton, we can build the blueprint. If we can work with DOH and our federal partners to solve it here, we can find the solutions to stabilize and raise the water table across the entire county. Let's bypass the red tape, fix the worst leaks and phases, and lead the way to the whole region. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other public?
Yeah.
Or visitors coming up?
Hello, my name is Maricela Santana Valle. I've been a Sunnyside resident for over 25 years. Today, I would like to speak to Mapton City Council about the importance of public comment in our communities and ensuring that these meetings are accessible for community members. Today, I'm here in my capacity as the Environmental Justice Coordinator for a nonprofit called AYA. Because of AYA, I really had the privilege to be more civically engaged and learn more about city council, how they operate, how taxes are budgeted to support the city's infrastructure, pass laws and ordinances, and support economic development. Within my role with AYA, my community members across the Lower Yakima Valley, including Mapton, have come to me with concerns that they have in this town, whether it's the lack of recycling services, areas that are contaminated, water contaminated, or lack of city services. My job as a coordinator is to empower the community and provide them with the appropriate resources to engage with city council, even provide suggestions. According to the Center for Health Law and Policy Innovation from Harvard Law School, public comment is so important to our community because comments make better regulations. They ensure that legal requirements, facts, unintended consequences, or errors are not overlooked, especially when the council has limited capacity, ensures that expertise, data, and on-the-ground experiences are considered, provides alternatives and solutions that are beneficial for the community. And so over the past couple of months, I really seen you all make an effort to inform the community about future events. I've seen you guys posted on Facebook about the city council meetings and agendas, and I really appreciate, you guys increasing the accessibility for the community. But I hope that you guys continue to do so, providing interpretation services for those folks that speak Spanish here, even doing like city tours, engaging the Mapton School District with civic engagement. And so I really hope that you guys make those steps so that way we could get the community more involved. And I'm happy to meet with the council members to, throw some more ideas out there. And I put my email here in case you guys want to reach out to me. But thank you.
Thank you. And I received your email.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So,
Thank you. I don't know who to hand this over.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maricela, for the positive comments. Appreciate it.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas
Mi nombre
tardes.
es Isela Cabrera. He participado con el grupo ella en el movimiento de ecología y me ha gustado. Llevo un año y tengo más de 20 años viviendo aquí. Tengo un año viviendo en el centro de Mapton y me preocupa el problema del agua, porque me he movido de domicilio más al centro del pueblo. Y ahora entiendo a las personas que por tantos años han batallado por tener un agua limpia para sus familias y también por la preocupación ¿Cuál es lo que sigue después de las investigaciones de la universidad para obtener agua limpia? ¿Cómo podemos colaborar nosotros los pobladores para solucionar los problemas del agua aquí en Mecton? Gracias por poner en las redes sociales la actividad que se está llevando a cabo aquí en Mecton. Me gustaría saber más sobre soluciones para nuestra comunidad por correo electrónico. Gracias.
Gracias.
Gracias. Bueno, I want to say something to her.
Okay.
Oiga. Muchas gracias, oiga. Lo que le quiero decir es que nosotros vamos a hacer todo lo que podemos para componer este problema del agua. No es algo que se va a componer de un día al otro, pero vamos, ahorita estamos tratando de hallar modos de componer la situación, especialmente ¿cómo se dice? Odor
El olor.
del agua. Pero
Yo
lo
vivía
único,
perdón, vivía por 18 años, viví 19 años por la Philips
ujú,
y tenía pozo de agua, o sea, no batallé. Y ya ahora que me moví aquí al centro por la 4, entiendo a los pobladores. Es un problema muy feo. Que el agua tiene el olor, pues.
y otra cosa que les quiero decir es, con respeto, les pido que tengan paciencia, porque yo sé bien que hay modos de componer este problema, pero tenemos que tener paciencia y vamos a hacer todo lo que se pueda.
Sí,
Muchas gracias.
gracias. Y en lo que podamos ayudar, yo en mi lugar y ayudarles a reunir gente en lo que se pueda para ayudar a este movimiento del agua, estoy de su parte.
Gracias.
Ahorita lo más importante ahorita es tratar de que venga más gente a estas juntas.
Sí.
Es lo que pedimos. Necesitamos soporte de la comunidad también.
Sí, más que nada.
Ya,
Ujú.
muchas gracias.
De nada.
I'm not gonna interpret that as too much.
Welcome, greetings, members of the council and all those in attendance. Mattawa's got a problem that a lot of other people are facing all over the world. It's a dehydration epidemic. The wells are dropping, the water tables are diminishing. In India, the local governments initiated a water revolution. And what they did is they went to everybody's private communities and they said, we would like to see how much water you can preserve from the rain that falls out of the sky and see what we can bring into our aquifer and extend our growing seasons and all these things. In less than half a decade, they've significantly changed their landscape so it catches water, it soaks in, and they've extended their growing seasons. So they've improved the abundance for everybody locally. Instead of people having to go away to the mega cities to be able to earn money and bring back to their families, now they're capable of working in their communities, and they've been building an abundance locally. Andrew Millison is a permaculture instructor down at the University of Oregon in Oregon, right? He has a fantastic program, and he's done a documentary series on India's water revolution. And if you look it up on YouTube, you can find it, and it's amazing. And those people, they don't have the equipment that we have available to us. I mean, they were doing it with pickaxes and buckets and literally just carrying dirt on their heads to create the water features for their landscapes. When we recognize that we do have an abundance of water, even out here in the desert, we just have to recognize that right now it's being improperly managed, and not by anybody's fault. There's no maliciousness. It's just the way that it's been, and it hasn't been changed in enough models to find acceptance and to be a normal thing. But we can shape our landscapes, and we can use the resources that we have available in our communities to promote an abundance. like one of the things driving in here, you notice there's some concentrated agriculture feed facilities, or, you know, there's a lot of nitrates available in those areas, right? In those areas, that's not where we'd want to gather the water from, right? We would want to be utilizing those resources for methane generation, which if we do on-site or in-town power generation, you'd be creating a resource for Mapton that could help with getting out of bankruptcy, right? I mean, because power is an it's an energy source that is not in abundance enough for it to be affordable for most people, right? So the methane can be burned in internal combustion engines, which drive generators, and we can be drawing money and resources and building Mapton into a model of what the future can be. So one of the things that we can implement really, really simply, it doesn't require any legislation, it doesn't require any outside involvement, but everywhere that we can create soakage zones, the little catch basins in between the rows on the farms, places that a little bit of water is being held in a lot of places, creates a lot of water going into the aquifer instead of off to the ocean. And this happens, we gotta figure every inch of rain over 1 acre is, I think it's 27,154 gallons. So in the 6 to 8 inches of rain that we're getting, or precipitation that we get, we're looking at, I think it's like 217,000 gallons per acre that is, if properly managed, would be going into the aquifer and creating such an abundance of distilled water, that's what's falling out of the sky, right? That it would take care of a lot of the other problems. You know, in some subsurface contamination models, like what you're experiencing here, it's the solution to that pollution is dilution. You know, if you have a lot more water in there, you're not going to be finding contamination at the levels you are. So it requires less chlorine, or, you know, less filtration, and, you know, these problems that you're currently facing. So anyway, I just wanted to present some ideas. India's water revolution is very inspiring, because it is little shifts in a lot of directions creates big change. And we don't have to do millions or billions of dollars of infrastructure management and change, but if we do a little bit here and there, a lot can happen. And like here in this agricultural valley, a lot of these guys have, I say guys, but I mean farmers, they have equipment, you know, they have the ability of making these little changes in a lot of places, and when we do that, we're going to see big change. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Are there any other comments online? No? Okay. So we are gonna move on to new business A. Approval of ordinance 2026 dash 1215. Can I get a motion, please?
I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance 2026-1215.
I have a motion by Councilmember Olivares, second by Councilmember Zavala. Any discussion? All in favor? Those opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to new business B, approval of resolution reestablishing an agreement with Yakima County Credit Services Incorporated for debt collection services. Can I please get a motion? Yeah, the approval of.
I don't know what the question would be costing.
It does not cost us anything. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, God bless you guys.
Upfront, if they collect anything, they get 50%.
Yeah, it doesn't cost us anything, but they do have us, they do get a percentage of what is collected, but they also charge like additional fees and stuff.
50%, and if they don't collect, we don't get charged anything.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what will start a garnish. Muchas gracias. This is what, yeah, this is what we need to start a garnishment is a contract with, is a collection agency.
Would that be by the year or by the? Oh,
Yeah, no, it's not, there's no yearly cost, there's no like, it's just a contract that will have that with, we have some outstanding bill, we will, because it could be even anything from, what are other things, permits or something that maybe they didn't pay. So then we would send them to collection. After us, obviously us attempting to collect that money, and so, yeah.
Okay, I make a motion to approve resolution reestablishing an agreement with the Yakima County Credit Services Inc. for debt collection services.
I have a motion by Council Member Sotelo. Second by Council Member Alvarado. Any discussion? All in favor? Those opposed? Motion carried. We are now going to move on to new business C. Approval of a resolution. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Drew.
No, I was just gonna, and we didn't get to the next item in the study session. And I would advise council that it actually needs to turn this into a discussion versus approval. The lease agreement itself is not quite ready for prime time. And what I mean by that is that we are still negotiating the finer details of everything. And I apologize because I don't think it went out with the packet, but there is a franchise agreement that will require 2 touches by council as well. And I'm not sure if that is also in your area, in your packet. And if not, that's fine. We'll put it on the next agenda in June, and then with an eye towards potential approval, hopefully in July. Just to kind of give a council an update, Emily Romanenko and I have been working with Austin at Advanced High Speed to try to come to an agreement, consensus about leasing out the water tower. Specifically, we've been taking in I could call it a service in lieu of fee lease agreement, meaning that they would provide a service, internet wireless service to the city. If you have the lease agreement in front of you, it will have some of those details. I apologize, I don't have it quite in front of me, and we can always punt this to the next meeting if we want to talk about it some more. But the bottom line is that currently Austin has given an estimate that of a service that would be roughly around the value of about $23,000 to $25,000. That is roughly how much you guys are paying right now in internet service for all city facilities, including phones and wireless. Basically, in exchange, he would want a 10-year lease for the water tower. So for as long as the water tower lease was in place, the city would be getting this service in as compensation for allowing them to have his antennas on the water tower. Emily is not here. I can tell you that Emily, with her wealth of expertise, thinks this is a pretty reasonable offer. But obviously, we want to hear your guys' feedback. Want to make sure that you are comfortable with this, and also just let you know that we've extended this to Austin. We haven't quite heard back from him yet to make sure that he doesn't have any potential issues, but the lease agreement in front of you is what we think is something that we would advise you to agree to probably at the next council meeting, assuming that there's no issues from council and there's no issues from Austin. And with that, I will stop talking and I am happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, so we received this yesterday. So if you don't feel, obviously we don't have the time to review it, that much time to review it. So if you don't feel comfortable, we can always table this for next meeting.
I do have a few questions on that, because Drew did say, how much did you say we would be saving from our current 23?
About 23,000 to 25,000, and that's per annum.
A year.
So he was given all of your various invoices and voucher systems. There is an outstanding question, just to double check and make sure that what he has proposed in terms of the speeds is either, you know, at or exceeds what you're already getting. We just want to double check and verify that by getting into this, we're not exchanging, you know, somehow like inferior service. We hopefully are getting an upgrade here. We just need to verify that with our current providers. But yeah, it's about $23,000 to $25,000 saving per year.
It's a 10-year contract. I was reading the paperwork that we did get. It says gonna provide all this stuff for the city hall, council chambers, PD, and the wastewater treatment facility. What if we don't use the city hall anymore?
Yeah.
This one's already included.
Well, I think they don't necessarily need that address. I think they just mean City Hall in general.
No, it says here,
Oh,
four places.
so City Hall, so wherever City Hall is.
There's four in the first packet.
I know, but does it have like a specific address?
No, it says city hall.
Yeah, so then. it would
No,
say city-
and it's and
Building, which is this one.
This one.
That means there's two different buildings.
Yeah.
So this one and then City Hall. If we're,
No,
I know, but what I'm saying is that it would just transfer here. We wouldn't, it would just be a transfer, like it's just, doesn't necessarily mean that they're only going to be still there.
Is if we transfer, remove here, so would it be a combination of the council and the city hall at that point? The city, we just the one old building. Well,
Because
that's
it won't be actually servicing four places, it'll be
so be
servicing
three,
three at that,
right, at that.
at the same price, that's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
And it says 10 phone lines, 10 phone, how many do we have now? It says 10 here. Well, I think that's because it says, the booster station has one,
What do you think wastewater?
City Hall has two. The PD has two. Public Works has three. And then I don't know what all these down here are for.
Did they list the five?
No, fire department's not listed on this.
Don't we have a phone there? So then that's why we would, those are
We
the.
don't have.
what we would have to do.
They don't have.
There's one there, but not in use.
Okay.
We use our cell phone.
Yeah, the
PDs aren't in use either.
Oh, so that's two different ones. Fire department and PD.
So 10 phone lines be enough, is what I'm wondering, cause I don't know what we have now.
Be less.
Drew, I would suggest to table this to the next meeting, because there's a lot of verbiage in this contract. I read
No.
some of it, but not all of it.
And that's my recommendation too. It allows us to make sure there isn't some issues with Austin. It allows everyone to digest this, and then we can come back, make sure we've got our questions. Is the franchise agreement, and I asked that again, just the version of the council packet doesn't show it. If the franchise agreement, because there's a lease agreement as a franchise agreement. If the franchise agreement is not in your packet, we will need to not only note that for the June 25th hearing, but then into the first July council meeting as well, because under state law, we need to have 2 touches on franchise agreements. And from my perspective, you know, Austin has not indicated like a drop dead deadline for the city to make a decision. That tells me if we had to push it into July, I think that would be okay. But I think our hope is that we can get the lease agreement and the franchise agreement finalized and approved by all the parties by mid-July. I think is our goal right now.
I have one more question on that, Drew. I had to read the contract that we just got yesterday. But so say those antennas on that water tower, something happens and it damages our water tower, who pays for that? You know, in case like that one.
Well, I will verify this within the lease that has information, but let's just say that one of, you know, Advanced high-speed internet's, you know, God forbid they get one of the things gets knocked down and it falls on the tower. The damage to the city property would need to be restored by the vendor who was using the property, meaning Advanced High-Speed Internet. I will verify that language is in the agreement. It should be in the lease agreement already, but that's pretty standard that if somebody's damaged city property, they have to restore it.
So Drew. This company, they're gonna take care of all maintenance, they're gonna take care of everything. So there's no reason for the Mountain City workers to even have to do anything with that.
In terms of maintenance of the towers themselves. Because
Yeah, right here, I'm looking at this, and there's a $1 million insurance compensation for workers. They're talking about their workers, right? Not ours?
yes, they're talking about their workers and all the insurance requirements in the agreement are standard for vendors and contractors working for cities. I'm pretty certain that all of the numbers have been approved or were recommended by WCIA, but that's primarily, again, it's to not only to protect their workers, but from any injuries, it's also to protect the cities if they're doing work on city property, for example. So that's what the insurance covers.
Okay, and another thing is because if there is any damage to the water tower that they're gonna install this on, if it goes through, there's a $5 million insurance policy on that, so they would have to cover all costs, labor, anything,
That is correct.
okay? Yeah, Drew, I would suggest to table this.
Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to table.
I have a motion by.
And to clarify, council member, motion to table to the next council meeting. We got to make sure we have to table this
Yes.
something. Perfect.
I have, see,
I'll make a motion to table item C until the next council meeting, up for discussion, not for approval.
I have a motion by council member Olivares, second by council member Alvarado. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. We have, let's go back to, no, F, yes, item F. It is the, discussion and direction from council regarding the purchase of speed limit signs and posts. As you can see in your packet, there are two quotes for speed limit signs and two quotes for the posts. Chief, could you speak on that a little bit? No? Okay, sorry.
What do you
Sorry.
think?
Then it was Sarge, I'm sorry, but so he spoke with Marty, so we'll have. Marty
You're
just-
talking about.
The speed limit signs,
Why
yeah,
we're meeting room?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's just, I mean, plain and simple, there's just not enough
So,
throughout the town.
no, so I get, so really quick, a resident, had, came or spoke with Sarge and so with our sergeant and she, I guess there's, some vehicles that'll, speed down her street. And, he made a good point where, and he's brought it up before where we can stop somebody, but I mean, obviously, there are no speed limit signs like on the avenues and yeah. And so he came and spoke, sorry, Chief. He came and spoke with Marty, and so we wanted to bring it to council's attention. And so we provided two different quotes. So we would put two signs on each street, so one facing one direction and obviously the other facing the opposite.
Martha, what about apartment? What about, the apartment houses is, like we have.
Oh, yeah,
one on
yeah.
Our street and then the big one over there. Do they have any speed on? I like the speed bump myself, but.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, so what Marty did was she sat down with Sarge and they got a map of, and
Because
he,
they
so
were-
they came out to 25 streets.
Oh,
right, total,
About
about
20.
25, yeah.
They,
So we
they back up out of that apartment, I don't know how they get off so fast.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking, do we need 50? I guess you guys counted the streets. I have another question, so is it 25 miles an hour? Because I know, remember a few years back, like the main
School
roads are only
zones,
20, not only school zones.
Oh, there's other
Well,
ones.
it's just
Oh,
this, it's
just-
just,
Main
Washington.
Washington, is it
Yeah,
Main 20?
that's the only one.
This one?
No.
No,
This
I
is
don't
25.
think this.
Like,
So it's just Washington,
Yeah,
that was it,
so-
that was required.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know why the whole road is 20. Usually it is just the school zone and then it turns to 25, but.
As you go out.
For a certain grant, we had to agree to change it to 20.
Oh,
For certain grants that we got
Yeah.
back in the day, but I thought it was the couple of main streets, but it was just Washington.
It's just Washington, that's all right.
The other question that I posed is, as the sergeant and I were talking about it, and I don't know if Marty has information on that. Is there a reason why you were going with wood instead of actual metal to,
Cause they're,
to attach it?
cause they're, very, it's a lot cheaper.
Well, it's cheaper in the beginning,
Bonds,
but in
Yeah.
time, when they start rotting,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to keep replacing.
yeah.
The-
Yes, it's-
I mean, we're just, yeah, if that's something that council.
But I was
wants to
just-
get
I was-
into.
The thing we were having problems with the wood one,
We
the
did.
kids were
Pushing
pushing
off.
off, no, they would go shake the heck out and pull them out, they're
Metal.
all out in the middle of the road.
That's what
We
just
were
happened the other day.
Yeah,
That's why we're.
that's why some are metal, some are wood.
Yeah.
I would like to say something.
Okay, hold on, are you, hold on.
Yep.
Nope, okay. Go ahead.
Over here on the north side, there's 7 streets, there's 14 signs. I would recommend, just like the chief was saying, it don't do you no good to get 4x4s that are treated, because eventually they're gonna rot out. You may have to replace them again. And right, they might last you 5-6 years, but they will rot out.
Okay.
I would recommend metal posts, and I would recommend the ones that have the pre-drilled holes in them. That way, you can just run a bolt and a nut and screw those signs down. Another thing I would recommend is, instead of 25 miles per hour, I would strongly suggest either 15, no more than 20, because even 20 to these residential streets is a tad too much. In order to stop these people from speeding, I would seriously think about maybe 15 miles an hour max. Because even on my street, where I live, and this is a good example. The other day, I was talking to, Omar, Officer Omar. And while we were talking in front of my house, a car ran the stop sign at that intersection. Didn't even bother to look one way or the other. And I go, Omar, that happens, on a regular basis quite a bit sometimes here. And they don't even bother to stop or look, they just go right through it. That's why I would recommend max of 15 miles an hour, north and south, and east and west. You can put one at the beginning, right here on the Mountain Sunnyside Highway, within the first block right there. Because the east and west streets are longer.
Yeah.
I would put one on the first block, maybe on block number 4, and then at the beginning of block number 7. So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what? That's 8 plus another 14. It's 22 signs just here on the north side.
Mhm.
That's not counting Washington.
Mhm.
That's not counting Vance. But no, we do definitely need, speed limit signs, because some of these kids, man, they just drive too damn fast.
Okay, did you wanna go something first, Vera?
I just wanted to ask, could we buy our poles separate from the sign? Do we have to go all of this together? Or could we go to like Lowe's or Home Depot or somewhere and check the price and see? And get the pole or the metal ones instead if they're better?
Yeah, we could get some quotes for you.
They're not
Through
be
Lowe's
less.
or-
You could get the sign from the Present.
I've already looked and I can't find anything, you guys. I don't know if you have a link or if you have a website I can look at, please send it to me. Because I've researched since the very first time. I can't find it.
Oh, we used to get them from all the water, the car, you have to make them.
Yeah.
And they were cheaper.
We would have to
Yeah,
ask
but
for
that
two.
leaks and.
Well, not necessarily.
This is this place, it's like, there
No.
is two different quotes on here, Vera.
Yes.
The signs are separate from the,
Oh, are they?
yeah,
Oh,
from the
yes,
post,
yes,
yeah.
sorry.
They are
I just
separate.
I understood it differently, sorry. No, yes.
They are they are
Yeah, they
separate.
are, yeah, they're.
Yeah, I just thought maybe we could get a reasonable.
And to comment on what Ruben says, having lowered to 15 miles an hour is not gonna stop the speeders. There's a stop sign there. They passed it. Wait a minute, it's not gonna stop them. But one on each side, I think is good enough. The only thing that's gonna stop them is tickets. Just because there's a lower to 15 miles an hour is not gonna stop them from speeding. And having one at every block is not gonna stop them.
No, but the purpose behind, the reasoning behind that is because if you limit it to 15 miles per hour,
Double 20.
and they do 25, that ticket's gonna be a lot higher. So it's gonna cost you more money. Which in turn is somewhat revenue for the city.
You gotta stop
You
them
see?
first.
Right.
But once you stop them, then you get written up.
Yeah.
If you put it at 20 and they're going 20 or 22, there's nothing you can do about it.
Just like when you said you were right there and they ran the stop sign. Did anything happen?
We do, no, let's
How many
see.
miles over, like, say the speed limit is 25, what would be your?
Officer discretion.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But anyway, yeah, so
Yeah.
just changing the speed limit and having one at every block is not gonna change it, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so just so you guys would like us to get quotes on metal ones also? So we can present that for them.
I would, because
Okay.
just right here alone,
Yeah.
for 10 4x4s, you're looking at $1,250.
Just so you know, we did look some up and they were about $45
Yeah,
each.
yeah.
$45 each.
Yeah.
How much,
Each metal.
how much are these?
when you go
I don't
to like-
understand.
Yeah.
When you
How
go
much
to
were these?
Lowe's
I
or
don't
Home
understand.
I'm sorry, no, yeah,
If you go to one of those places, usually if you buy some,
One side each.
but if you buy a bowl, a lot of times they give you
I mean, yeah, we could try that. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, just.
So, well, I guess that for next, council meeting, we'll present some quotes for metal ones and, I don't know how that is for, can we just change this? I mean, we'll look into the process of, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a process you have to go through.
Right, I'm pretty sure,
So
so.
what we're next time, we
Yeah.
have this one more thing. Is there any way that we could approach county? For wheelers, there is so many accidents because the speed is so, I think it's way too high.
Yeah, cause it's, as soon as they pass that 35 mile,
They start going.
they start going 50.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, we could.
well,
Um,
I'm just, you know.
They,
Yeah,
they highway.
Yeah.
They had so.
I can,
They had 3 before 8 o'clock.
I can reach out to one of the lieutenants I work with through Yakima County
I
and
appreciate it.
see if he can get some
If
information.
we ask, yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
absolutely.
great, chief, thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome.
And, yeah. Any other further discussion? Yes, we'll look into that, getting those.
We're gonna move on to discussion H. Right, moving on to new business item H, discussion of a resolution approving the service. Yeah. This one's.
That's to the sheriff's department, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's H or B?
This is well,
I can-
this was because we're DO.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Sorry, Chief will talk on
That's
that.
basically just what we pay on a yearly basis for our dispatch services through them, yeah.
Well, before it was on a year-to-year basis, isn't it? Wasn't it? Now it's, for the next 2 years?
Well, if we signed a 2-year contract, but I think that term has expired where we could have signed for it. I talked to Chief Ross from YSO. I don't know if that's still available. It would have kept our pricing the same for 2 years, but, I think we missed that window. So I think, did we miss? that?
No.
We're still good?
Mhm.
Okay, so, yeah, so, okay.
Sorry, Chief, from my understanding, what they said, it's just, this contract is still good, but coming the next year, they're adding more cities into the dispatch. Everybody's going away.
Everybody's going to Yakima.
So instead of increasing our fees, they want us to keep us the same, so we just have to pass this one to be a couple more years.
I thought it was 16 and 17, right? This is the contract of 16 and 17.
26, 27?
Or excuse me, I'm sorry, 26, 27. I went back 10 years.
Wait,
Yeah, no, 26, 27. Yeah.
yes,
Contract for
Okay.
27, 28 though,
yeah,
cause
see,
we're still good for 26.
Yeah, right, I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm all confused.
It's okay.
Go back to my old days.
Yeah, I have a question. On the average, how many calls were made to the sheriff's department, to the dispatcher?
Oh, man.
Quite a few.
Wow, there's a lot. There's a lot. I can't even give you a number. I'm talking with the dispatch, now that they're gonna do even more cities as far as dispatching for them. Shoot, I can't even give you a number, Councilman. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Cause right now, we call them all the time, they're the ones that contact you guys,
Yes.
right?
Yes. And the reason we use dispatch all the time,
Well, I mean.
I know,
Okay.
But I see Mary like she's shaking. That makes me laugh, sorry. Yeah. But that's what we have, that's
That's
what
what
we
we have
have
to call anyway.
Exactly, yes, correct.
And it doesn't change no matter how many or how many.
Yes, correct, yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how many.
Right.
Yeah.
Does they make the motion?
Yes, we're gonna work out this whole thing. Okay, so we are gonna, move, okay, so can I get a motion to, approve approving, resolution approving the service assistant agreement to dispatch services.
I'll make a motion to approve a resolution approving a services assistance agreement for dispatch services.
I have a motion by Councilmember Albenga. I'll second it. Second by Councilmember Alvarado. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. We do not have old business, so we will move on to staff report. How do you?
Sophie is not here today, but she did send me an email, what she wanted to report. So she submitted 3 reimbursements this week for grants, reimbursement 24,000 from the Department of Commerce for well 7. Approximately 15,000 from the ARPA for the flock system. And there was also a Department of Commerce grant that was 50,000, and the city had only submitted reimbursements for 40,000. So she submitted for the additional 9,000. So there's that. And then Cintas has been changed to monthly charge for janitorial supplies. Uniforms had to stay weekly, but she spoke to Cintas about adjusting the amounts of the uniforms. The guys currently have 11, which would reduce the overall cost per week. And Iron Mountain has been moved to quarterly, saving about 1,100 annually.
Any reports from our council members, Councilmember Olivares, do you have anything you would like to report?
Well, man, I lost my train of thought.
Did you want me to move on?
Huh?
Did you, I didn't hear what you said, I'm sorry.
Start on that.
Oh,
I
okay,
lost my
sorry.
train of thought.
Do you have any?
Yeah.
Okay.
How come there's a lot of fire hydrants, I think there's 4 or 5 that are inoperable in the city.
What was that?
But you can't get in.
Why, they got red bags on them, they
Oh.
don't work at all.
Because I know that now that Jay's here, has identified that. We do have, I think it was 3,
I believe 3.
I believe, yes. So obviously we have to go through the process of getting, no, I'm saying like 3, like that we have 3 like that are backups, that we have 3.
Oh,
Like
to
in our
replace them.
possession, to
Replace.
replace.
Oh, okay.
But obviously we have to, that's something that, we can look.
He's sending over quotes for it. So Jay already identified those hydrants that have those issues. And we are working now to get quotes to get them up and running. So that is a goal of ours that we're already working on.
No.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering about that, there's
Yeah, and I know, yes,
5 hydrants that are inoperable.
yes, so, yeah, that's one
Need to be
thing.
replaced.
Doesn't work.
The thing about the hydrants. There's no personal opinion. Hydrants. Depending on where they're at. If it's in a residential area or right here in town somewhere. I think something like that needs to be taken care of ASAP, just for safety reasons. If it's near a vacant lot, away from residents, then that one could probably wait. But we do need to have backups. On, you know, I mean, we gotta stop that on things like that.
And yeah, we do. Yeah, we have, there's 3 right now, but like he said, there's 4, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Councilmember, Zavala, do you have anything?
I don't have anything really important, but what do you do with the ones that you take out? The old fire hydrants?
That's a good question. I couldn't.
I just
would not
wondered
be able to
if
answer that.
in the past, Danny Phillips wanted one, he never thought it. So that's the only reason I'm saying.
Right.
They wanted-
I will write-
I don't know
I will
why
write
they
that
wanted
down.
them. They asked me for.
I can ask, yeah.
For that.
Eddie Barnett's got one.
Oh.
And
Eddie?
he got one, he got that from Sunnyside.
Oh,
Yes, this is good.
okay.
Because, thank you, Mark,
Yeah.
that's all I.
Sorry, Alvarado, Councilmember Alvarado?
Yeah, I have one question.
Yeah.
It's on the statements.
Okay.
I was looking at them
Mm-hmm.
and, I didn't see one statement or invoice or receipt for, Department of Licensing of Grandview. What were we paying $490 for?
For the fire department's, new rig.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
This is Grammy because it was at Patton.
Yeah.
Cause that's where we get the tax from.
Mhm.
Yeah, Patton Oaks for Grammy Grant.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Councilmember,
Yeah, I just have a question on Jameson.
uh-huh.
Hours usage,
Mhm.
everything cut way down.
Yes, so she, but remember we said that as soon as the annual report was completed, which has been completed and was submitted last week.
Didn't she do 2 things, but I don't know.
She did the rate,
The
the rate study, uh-huh, yeah,
No, no, you said.
yes. For the annual report.
So I have a question, that's Sophie, the other Sophie.
I don't recall saying we're gonna do that, but okay, so this is about it, where we're gonna use it that much, maybe.
So, yeah, so we will not be using her.
At all?
I mean, not as much.
Not
I mean,
34 hours a week, a month though,
uh-huh.
not 33 hours.
Oh,
a
no,
month.
no.
The only thing I was gonna say is, she's a city Sophie,
Mhm.
when she thought she'd be capable of taking all that on.
Mhm.
And I don't remember the reply.
She didn't have one.
She did, we did talk to her about it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
and I have been well, I've let Sophie know that, once we turned in that annual report.
She's on.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Councilmember Olivares?
I just want to say that. I just want to say that, as far as the finance committee, that was a real good idea because it makes it a lot quicker to go through these receipts. Because as long as we have at least two council members' eyes on it, we know that once we approve it, it's because we know that the numbers match up.
Yeah.
So, but on the flip side of that is that if any other council member has any questions, you can bring them up and we can talk about it. But for the most part, every receipt was there, and I double checked it. So, and if there wasn't any receipts there, she will have them available before the council meeting. But like I said, everything checked out. So that's a good thing that we're doing it like that the Monday before the meeting. That way we don't spend a whole lot of time on it. So that was a good idea. Give you props.
Thanks, Ruben.
I forgot about this committee that they were doing. So when that happens, when it comes to approving
Yeah.
the consent agenda, whoever's on the commission, let us know. Looking out, it's okay. We don't have to go back and ask questions later. Okay, I thought that's not never doing that. So we used to do in the past.
You can call you those?
No, here at the meeting.
Oh.
Before we approve it, before we approve it.
Make like a statement saying.
Yeah.
Check, yeah.
Right now with this.
Right, yeah. Right.
Another thing as far as the receipts. If you guys look at the receipts, there's another thing that we added to this. On the side of every item, it's gonna tell you what that was for. Here's the city of Maplewood. The first one was for the fire department. The next one was for the police department. The next one was for city hall, city park, library, booster station. So, which is a good idea because in that way you don't have to try to figure out, well, okay, what's this bill for? So that's
A little bit more.
that's something that's gonna be, beneficial to all of us. And it'll make things flow a lot smoother and a lot easier. Yeah. Well, it'll be on there from now on.
No. I think one thing too, I think for the next one, which I actually have made a note, put them in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, yes, that's, yeah.
And
So-
that's one of the things that I've noticed, the other day is that they're pretty close to being in alphabetical
Yeah,
order.
they are,
But there might be one here and there that's out of line, but for the
Yeah.
most part, I looked at one receipt, me and Vera would look at it, matched it up, turn it over, went to the next one, and it was all kind of like in sequence,
Mhm.
which made it a lot easier for us too, so.
I really don't have anything to report. I kind of did, I feel like I did, but.
The library. The survey.
Oh, yes. So we will
We're-
be, I'm sorry?
We're gonna have an executive session, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, I know one of the things that we've discussed is, what the future of our library, and that's still kind of up in the air. So, I just wanted to let, council know, residents know that, we're gonna be putting out a poll, on our Facebook page, just to kind of, it's just 2 questions. and just kind of get some direction or just get some feedback also from our residents as to what future holds for our libraries. So that's something to
So,
look
once
into.
you do that poll on Facebook and you see that there's not a lot of response, is there another way? And I'm not saying.
No, I know.
you're good, but-
No, and also, yeah. No, I was looking, like little Dropbox.
Uh-huh.
I saw some on Amazon, and so I was thinking, I've been wanting to put kind of like a little entry table in our little vestibule that we have there coming into the, and then have a little Dropbox too, that it's just, like I said, it's just 2 questions, super simple. Just to kind of get an idea. So I was thinking of doing that actually, so that'll probably be next. Yeah.
Can that 2-question questionnaire be, in the envelope with next month's water bill?
It could, yeah.
That way it's, written in English and in Spanish, and if they fill it out, they fill it out. If they don't, well, you know what?
Yeah.
You had the opportunity, so, yeah.
Yeah. You can do that too.
And then maybe on there you can write drop off at City Hall,
Yeah.
drop box or something like that,
Yeah,
just in case it's after hours.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's-
I have one more thing.
Yeah.
There was a notice that was supposed to go out that DOH recommended so that the residents were aware of where we're at with our water issue. Was that notice ever sent out to anybody? Cause I haven't gotten it.
What DOH notice?
Department of Health.
No, I know, but what notice for?
So, yeah, about the water stuff. Yeah, this last incident.
They didn't, we weren't given a recommendation from them to,
We did put it on.
we did put it on Facebook, yeah, but not,
Well, my understanding is that it's supposed to go out in the mail. That way, every household receives one instead of on the city website.
And it was just a precautionary, so it was just, if it were mandatory, then we would have to be at everybody's house, but it was just precautionary. And we did speak to Andy Cervantes from the Department of Health, who worked with Jay, and we did everything to be in compliance and make sure that we followed all rules and regulations. So whatever was required was done, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So now, city, council will now go into, hi, Chief, I'm so sorry, Chief, it's because Judy always covered you. And Chief, do you have anything to say? Sorry.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, just a few things. I will be in a webinar on July 7th that has to do with the cops hiring grant program through the Department of Justice. So once I go through that, I believe half of my grant has to be in on the 23rd and the other half of that grant has to be on the 29th. So I followed up on the information I was given by council members. And then, the background on the officer that it's in the hiring process will be done on Friday. So then the next step will be polygraph. So it's moving along. After this, it should move on a lot quicker. And then, as far as the grant for the building, I'm still waiting for them to send me the email where I can start doing what we need to do. My plan is and I guess that's gonna be maybe something that's gonna have to be voted on by council. We're gonna actually have to move out of our building temporarily. So my thoughts were to move in here for a little bit. And then once it's done, then we go back, but I mean, I guess that's gonna be up to you guys to decide. We will need somewhere to go. And that's it.
What-
That's all I got.
When it's time for that, is that gonna be a complete gut?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna knock down any building or any walls or anything like that. I think maybe one to extend the sergeant's office a little bit, pretty small right now. And then we are going to add 2 holding / interview rooms in there. It'll be a tight squeeze, but we can make them fit. But everything else, I mean, yeah, we're gonna redo the walls, the flooring, the roof, all the asphalt and security fencing outside as well. Yeah, there'll be a lot done. New lighting, yes, new lighting. So, yeah, it's gonna be good.
Are we gonna have a man door, or is that door just gonna be the way it is, all glass? Right here in the front,
Oh, in the front, yeah, we're just gonna shorten it though,
okay,
because to make room for the holding area, we're gonna have to shorten that area. So the glass won't be as big as it has been. So it'll just be, pretty much it's gonna be a little window. Where you
Okay.
can see people, yeah.
I have another question for you, Chief, and I don't know if this is off topic, but I think this has some importance to it. Can you answer me this question? I think you were here last July, you were. Last July?
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was on July 4th. Did the police department receive 1,000 rounds of ammo for an AK-15? Do you guys have an AK-15? AR-15?
AR we do.
Do you?
We all carry them. Yeah,
Okay.
We didn't receive any ammo.
In your trunk or
And
on you?
Oh, no, in our car. In our
Yeah,
car,
that's what I
sorry.
meant.
Yeah, it's in our car, in the cab.
okay, I don't know if this is getting a little bit personal or not, but you don't have to answer it if you don't want, but do you guys carry Glocks or a different type of weapon?
We carry Glock.
Okay,
40s, Glock 40.
okay, so you guys didn't receive no ammo? And you didn't receive no other rounds for
I mean,
a
we
different
did
type of,
pur-
different
we
type of
did
pistol?
purchase, I take that back. We did purchase some ammo. I don't remember if it was 1,000 rounds. Because we had to qualify.
Uh-huh.
Our officers have to qualify, at least once a year. And during the time that I, was here, I was made known that none of the officers had done that yet. So I made sure that happened. But I, off the top of my head, I can't tell you I don't think it was 1,000 rounds. That's a lot of rounds.
It is,
That's a lot of rounds.
it's,
I'm pretty sure that's not what it was. I'm pretty sure it wasn't 1,000 rounds.
if I'm not mistaken, I think those were bought in Yakima.
You guys normally buy them.
I think we bought those in, at the range. Yeah.
Okay,
That's better than,
in a regular gun shop?
yeah.
Well, then, I mean, it's pretty much similar. It's because it's a gun shop too. It just has the range as extra, but it's a gun shop. And the majority, yeah.
Okay.
The majority of the law enforcement, we went there just because that's where the majority of law enforcement go.
Where's that at?
Yeah.
Okay, that was just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. The city council will now go into executive session pursuant to RCW 42.30 to discuss a potential litigation to which the city is a party or where public knowledge regarding the discussion is likely to result in an adverse legal or financial consequence to the city. Discussion with the executive session will last 15 minutes.